Welcome to My Favorite CX, a podcast that celebrates exceptional customer experiences. To listen to today's, please choose from one of the following options.
Welcome to My Favorite Customer Experience, the podcast that celebrates exceptional customer experiences. I'm Chris Holt from Holt CX Consultancy here in the UK, and I'm joined today by Tamara Bursztein from SquareTrade Europe, where she is the Customer Experience Manager. Tamara, welcome.
Thank you so much.
And Tamara, you've risen through the ranks of customer experience to provide strategy and innovation across 13 European markets now, building on your experience as a voice of the customer program lead to put the customer perspective at the heart of executive decision making. And before that, you said this is your podcast guest debut as well.
Yes, it is.
So welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're doing this live as well. We don't normally do these live in person, but we're at UCX DTX in Manchester as part of Manchester Tech Week. So thank you for sitting down with me just after lunch on a very sunny day in Manchester. So why don't we talk a little bit more about what it is you do?
It's an interesting question. What do I do? What do I don't do? I will say, as part of customer experience and innovation and driving all the improvements on my daily day, I check what customers are saying, not only through the traditional service, I would say like NPS, CSAT, CS that we all know, but checking through, for example, operational metrics, how they are doing and how they are correlating with customers, and how can we improve all that information in order to make the proper improvement where the customer wanted more, while at the same time not only improve the journey and the experience, but we of course lower cost, improve revenue. That is at the end what every company wants to do too. So it is a balance to put the customer first in order to keep on enlightening the rest of the team and their proper stakeholders on what to do or what to make the priorities.
So you're taking data from all kinds of sources, from surveys, from NPS, from analytics within your contact centers?
Yeah, so we do it with analytics from contact centers, analytics behavior too. We are starting to work more closely with the analytics team. So we see, for example, in our case, the claim world, the insurance world, in which time frame do people tend to have more incidents, like which time of the year, related to, for example, what is happening on the day-to-day. Let's say, for example, if they do it more at the end of the month with payday, if it happened more when there are the Europe League, starting to understand all that type of information and in order to improve the experience and all the operational part.
So kind of all kinds of external events that could contribute to impacting your business. You said there the Europa League. I'm intrigued. What's the most interesting external event that you've seen then that's had an impact on customer experience?
Well, we have seen, we're still working on that. So I have not the final data.
Right.
But yeah, everything that requests like go and celebration and be on the pub or even marathon or New Year's and all type of be now celebration and all that, it is always a bigger
and that
trigger.
Has a knock-on effect on claims.
At the end, it has, exactly. But as I was saying, it is an investigation that we haven't finished. So
interesting data. So with what you're working with there with the data, what's exciting you within that data and the customer experience in general?
So what excites me the most is the understanding part, to be honest, and provided all the insight to the people where they really need it, to the stakeholder, understanding all these behavior parts, understanding really where the customer have an issue or not.
Yep.
And understanding that, for example, we are in 13 markets, but they don't all want the same. They do not appreciate everything the same. They are not all expecting the same.
Yep.
Some of them are expecting things to be quicker. Some of them prefer a much higher quality. Some of them prefer I don't know, to get the things at the door. Some of them prefer pickup. So how can you learn all of that from the different countries, different cultures, and adapt everything? So understanding that and providing that information in order to drive all the business outcome is what excites me the most.
I think that's an interesting challenge when you're working across international markets. The one size doesn't fit all.
Exactly.
In Britain, we talk around our issues. We don't get to the point. Whereas working with a multinational at the moment, the testing team, there's a couple of guys from Poland and the Netherlands. They're like, this virtual agent is too chatty. It doesn't work for us. And it's like, so trying to work out those local variations of, for the British person, you need it to be chatty. For the Dutch, you don't need it to be, for example.
Exactly. And sometimes, of course, it is hard to get to that point as we want to standardize everything because it is the simplest, I would say, in the operational day-to-day. But how can we balance all that? That is a really nice challenge and interesting thing.
And the team that you look after, are they in one place or are they scattered around your different markets?
No, so the CX team, we are all in UK.
Yep.
The base of SquareTrade is here in UK, but of course that we have our connections with our partners that provide data too, that they are distributed, and we have a very multicultural office too. So we have people from all around the world that can provide that information.
And within what you're doing at the moment, where do you think the biggest opportunity is to create exceptional customer experiences?
That is a great question. I think that nowadays, where we are going, I think make it easier for people. It is where we can create the most experience in a sense of, as I was saying, our business, insurance, people enter to a journey being stressed.
Yes.
Because something happened, something unexpected happened. So we have a great opportunity to let the people not worry about it and transform that experience into a good experience. So I think,
taking something that's high stress and trying to reduce that stress level by making everything as easier and as low effort as possible.
Exactly.
And that's not something that's necessarily the easiest thing for yourselves to do because you'll be regulated. So there'll be all kinds of information
that you need
to capture. And if I'm stressed, I don't necessarily want to jump through all your regulatory boxes, but your agents need to take your customers through that as part of the process.
Exactly. And there is a point too that people always is afraid of mistaking information that they provide. That, of course, we need to request it, but how can we take them through the right path? So it is okay. We will let you know where to get it.
Yep.
Everything will be around. Now, for example, we are starting to create a lot of videos and engaging them through there, like how to find different, like the IMEI of the device or how to turn Find My iPhone off, that people is always afraid of touching a wrong button. So we are trying to find new ways of doing it. As I say, like we are with the video, so improving all of our website. So we are trying to get to the customer in an easier way for them to stress less. So
find the customer where they're looking for the information and hopefully avoid that chat or that call.
Exactly. And we are always improving the ways that we are doing. For example, with the videos that we are creating, how to do all those stuff. Then I will go and check where the customer, in which second the customers are dropping. So the next videos, I'm doing it shorter. So we keep on improving every time to put the effort where they want it to be in order to provide the information that we need to have.
Yes.
So I think that is the best part, to find that balance, put the customer first, but never forget that we are in a regulated business and we are in a company too.
I think that that's a really interesting point of, even once you put content out there, it's monitoring that content, be it web pages, be it videos, to see how much it's being consumed. Because if people are still calling you after that, then they may be calling, they might be 2 steps down the line, but if they're still at point 1, then that video hasn't reached where it needs to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, what we'll do there, Tamara, is we'll put everyone on hold for a moment. We'll take a
Okay.
short pause, and then when we come back, we'll ask you about one of your favorite customer experiences.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you in about 20 seconds.
Your call is important to us. Please hold, and you'll be connected to your next favorite customer experience shortly.
Welcome back, folks, to my favorite customer experience. We're live here at UCX in Manchester, and I'm here with Tamara Bursztein from SquareTrade Europe. Tamara, question we ask everyone that joins us on my favorite customer experience. Can you share with us a favorite customer experience and why it was your favorite?
Sure. It could be kind of controversial, but I will put an experience that I have. I recently moved flats. I moved apartment, and with all the utility bills and everything, I was already stressed before starting it. And I went with the company from the building, and with a partner that they did it all. Like they move every bill, everything. I didn't have to touch anything. Only
Wonderful.
receive an email and put accept. So I will say that in services related, and I don't want to say like other type of businesses, but in this case, I think that the best experience was to not have an experience.
Absolutely.
So that is why it's kind of controversial, because you can either put the customer through the best experience, but at the end, don't have to deal with it. I think it ended up to be the best experience that you can get. So I will say that was the one.
And when you're moving, there's a lot of stress involved anyway. You've got to pack up your life, move it away, get reestablished. I mean, when I think about it, I moved 9 years ago now, and I'm not sure I contacted every provider to change things. I'm pretty certain there's probably still the occasional letter that goes to a previous house somewhere.
Yeah.
But having a service that was recommended as a partner, so you already have an expectation of this better be good because it's been recommended, but having to have basically zero effort to move every utility that you have, I almost want to move house now to experience something that easy.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's something that sounds like it just made you feel like that's stress that I didn't have to have.
Exactly that. It's like you're already thinking of, as you say, like moving everything and feeling a new car and trying to remember, oh, did I clean up that wardrobe or no?
Yep.
And then you need to remember to check the meter and the reading and everything. So it's like, no, that part didn't happen. So I was super happy that didn't happen.
And so you just said how it made you feel, and super happy and less stressed.
Yeah.
Have you found yourself recommending that kind of service to friends and family that are moving now?
I will totally recommend. And I know that sometimes that can be a little bit more expensive. It always happens with that type of things. But I will totally recommend, and sometimes paying a little bit extra for an extra peace of mind, it is worth it. Sometimes we don't need to see it always as, oh, I need to pay £5 more. Of course, every little penny counts. But I will totally recommend every cent that I spend there. Yeah.
I think it's one of those difficult ones, isn't it? If you look at it and go, well, I could do all of this myself. I mean, I've maybe got to call 5 to 10 different utilities, banks, all of that kind of stuff, versus the amount of time I would spend versus the cost. I think you're spot on. It's sometimes worth paying for a service if you know it's going to take away that stress and take away your effort and most importantly, deliver.
Exactly. And that at the end you will get in what you pay for.
Yes.
So that is very important.
Well, I don't think that was controversial at all.
No?
I think,
Okay.
I mean, I think we've probably got our title for the episode of sometimes the best experience is no experience,
Yes.
but that was still an exceptional experience. So,
Sure.
Tamara, thank you very much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Where can people find you if they want to learn more about what you're doing and what SquareTrade are doing?
Well, they can find me on LinkedIn.
Perfect.
And yeah, I think that main source. And of course, on the SquareTrade website, you have all the information, squaretrade.eu, if you want to learn more about insurance and all the products that we have.
Wonderful. Well, Tamara, thank you very much for joining us on
Thank
My
you for the
Favourite Customer
invitation.
Experience. And folks, thank you very much for tuning in and for listening. We've been live at UCX. So thank you for the slight change of format and sticking with us. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for listening to My Favorite CX. Your listenership is important to us. On your keypad, please press a number between 1 and 5 to rank how much you've enjoyed your experience.